All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, let's try that now. All right, there we go. Now our sound is better. Sorry about that, but welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Tuesday, August 16th, 2022. We got a big slate of baseball games that we'll break down today. We had an okay day yesterday. We were 8-4 overall, and my best picks of the day were 3-3. So it wasn't a losing day, so it wasn't terrible, but hopefully we have a better day today. But we'll get ready to jump right into that in just a second. Because like I said, we do have a pretty good size slate of games today in Major League Baseball. We're about 27 days before NFL regular season kicks off. Then we'll be giving out picks for all the football games. So make sure you join us for that as the football starts heating up here real soon. As soon as it gets to regular season, I'll start giving out picks for all the regular season games. Also, join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights for Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. You can find that on the Gonzo Sports Room channels, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Also at the All Sports All Plays Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can find it at the Sports Judge on YouTube. So there's a lot of ways to watch it. Check it out. We also have a new Indianapolis Colts podcast. If there's any Colts fans listening, check it out Mondays and Fridays live at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room, and also on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the All Sports All Plays ASAP Sports Network. So there's quite a few ways to watch it as well. We also started a new baseball show, Around the Bases, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. So it's a cool morning baseball show. Come join us for that Monday through Friday. You can find out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. Please hit that like button or the subscribe button on YouTube. Like and follow us on Facebook and Twitch. We greatly appreciate the support. But all right, let's go ahead and jump right into today's slate of Major League Baseball games. If you're new to the show, I give a pick out for every game, and then at the end, I give out my best picks of the day. And today, I'm also going to give out an underdog parlay that I like for the Major League Baseball. So I'll give that out here toward the end of the show too, as I give out my picks, best picks of the day. But first game we have here for today is the Philadelphia Phillies at the Cincinnati Reds. This game starts at 6:41 p.m. Eastern. With Philadelphia being 1.5 run favorites on the road and minus 180 on the money line, the Reds are plus 152 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 9 runs. These are teams that are going totally different directions. The Phillies are still competing for a wild card spot, even with Bryce Harper being hurt. The Reds have traded away all their best pitching and stuff for young prospects. So these are two teams moving in a different direction. The Phillies are 64-51 on the season, and they have a 32-25 record on the road. Over their last 10 games, the Phillies are 7-3, and they're hitting .269 as a team and have a team ERA at 2.53, and they've outscored their opponents by 19 runs. The Phillies will have Gibson on the mound tonight. He has a 7-5 record on the season and a 4.29 ERA. The Reds are 45-69 on the season. Like I said, they've traded away all their best pitching, traded away some of their better hitters as well by getting rid of Drury, who's been one of the better hitters in Major League Baseball this year. And for some reason, we traded him. But anyway, the Reds are 45-69, 25-35 at home. Over their last 10 games, the Reds are 3-7, and they're hitting .238 as a team and have a 5.28 team ERA. Pitching has not been good. They've been outscored by 21 runs in their last 10 games. They will have Zook on the mound tonight. He has an 0-1 record with a 13.50 ERA. I'm a big Reds fan, so I don't pick against the Reds. This is a game I don't give a pick out for. But if I was just going off the numbers and what I've seen, I would go with the Phillies if you're wanting to place a bet on this game. The Reds are just not a competitive team right now. I shouldn't say not competitive, just not consistent. 'Cause there's nights that they look like they're decent, but then other nights they just don't. But like I said, we've got rid of our pitching. Now our pitching staff our numbers are ballooning. But anyway, the next game is the Padres at the Miami Marlins. This game starts at 6:41 p.m. Eastern time as well, with the Padres being 1.5 run favorites on the road and minus 148 on the money line. The Marlins are plus 126 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 7.5 runs. The Padres are 65-53 on the season. They did not look good last night. I know they were coming back from finding out the news over the weekend about Tatis Jr. being suspended for 80 games. And I don't know, just you could tell that the players, I don't think they were completely focused on the game. The Padres are 32-27 on the road. Over their last 10 games, they are 4-6 and have hit .234 as a team and have a 4.13 team ERA. They've been outscored by 1 run in their last 10 games. On the mound for the Padres tonight will be Manaea. He has a 6-6 record on the season and a 4.76 ERA. The Marlins are 51-65 on the season, 24-32 at home. Over the last 10 games, they are 3-7, and they're hitting .215 as a team and have a 3.00 team ERA. They've been outscored by 9 runs. The Marlins won the first game of this series last night. On the mound tonight for the Marlins will be Cabrera. He has a 3-1 record on the season, a 2.05 ERA. I like the Padres here with Manaea on the mound. I know his ERA is up a little bit, but I just think the Padres are going to get out of this rut they've been in. They have too good of a team to just really collapse, I think. The Marlins are just not – they're inconsistent. Cabrera, I know he has a 3-1 record and a 2.05 ERA. He has pitched good, but he hasn't pitched a lot. So I'm going with the Padres here in this game. Next game is the Boston Red Sox at the Pittsburgh Pirates. How's it going, Mike Hughes? Mike Hughes, if you haven't checked out Mike Hughes yet, go check him out. Dude's exploding with the Skytown, doing all the Chicago sports. So make sure you go check my brother Mike Hughes out. But next game we have would be the Boston Red Sox at the Pittsburgh Pirates. This game starts at 7:06 p.m. Eastern time, with the Red Sox being 1.5 run favorites and being minus 142 on the money line. The Pirates are plus 120 on the money line, and over under for this game's at 8.5 runs. Neither one of these teams are having great seasons by far, but the Red Sox are having a little bit better season than the Pirates. Red Sox are 57-59 on the season, 28-29 on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have a record of 4-6 and are hitting .256 as a team, but have a 5.20 team ERA, and they've been outscored by 12 runs in their last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Red Sox will be Pivetta. He has an 8-9 record and a 4.51 ERA. The Pirates are 45-70 on the season, 24-89 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 2-8 record. They've hit 219 as a team and have a 4.83 team ERA, and they've been outscored by 11 runs. So neither one of these teams have been playing great over their last 10, but I like the Red Sox here to get the win here on the money line against the Pittsburgh Pirates. I just think the Red Sox are a little bit better of a team. Next game we have is the Chicago Cubs at the Washington Nationals. The Cubs are 1.5 run favorites on the road. They're minus 168 on the money line. The Nationals are plus 142 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 8.5 runs. Neither one of these teams have had great seasons at all. The Cubs have had a better season than the Nationals, though. The Cubs are 47-67 on the season, 23-30 on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have a record of 6-4, and they've are hitting 266 as a team and have a 2.86 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 9 runs over the last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Cubs will be Steele. He has a 4-7 record on the season with a 3.63 ERA. The Nationals have had a terrible season. They just traded away their best player in Soto to make things even worse. They have a 39-78 record. They are 19-42 at home. Over the last 10 games, they have a 3-7 record, and they're hitting 249 as a team and have a 6.56 team ERA. They've been outscored by 36 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Corbin on the mound tonight, who has a 4-1 record, a 4-16 record, and a 7.02 ERA. The Nationals did win the first game of this series last night, but I look for the Cubs to bounce back tonight with Steele on the mound and to get a win here. So I like the Cubs on the money line in this game. Next game is should be another good game, just like it was yesterday, as we have the Tampa Bay Rays at the New York Yankees. This game starts at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Yankees being 1.5 run favorites at home and minus 172 on the money line. The Rays are plus 144 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 7 runs. This is going to be a good game. The Rays was able to pick up a win last night over the Yankees. The Rays are 61-53 on the season, 26-31 on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have a 6-4 record. They've been hitting 231 as a team and have a 3.27 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 8 runs over the last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Rays will be Springs. He has a 4-3 record with a 2.56 ERA. Then you have the Yankees, who's been one of the best teams in baseball all season. But since the All-Star break, they've been struggling a little bit. The Yankees have lost 10 of their last 12 games, but they come in with a record of 72-44. They're 41-16 at home. Over the last 10 games, they're 2-8. They're hitting 212 as a team and have a 3.68 team ERA, and they have been outscored by 9 runs over their last 10 games. The Yankees lead the season series against the Rays 7-4. But I like the way the Rays are playing right now, so I actually like the Tampa Bay Rays here as underdogs on the road. The Yankees are struggling right now, and I just think the Rays are going to be able to take advantage of that. Next game is the Baltimore Orioles at the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are 1.5 run favorites at home. They're minus 210 on the money line. The Orioles are plus 176 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 8.5 runs. Baltimore is 60-55 on the season. They're right there battling for a wild card spot, which kind of didn't make sense since they traded away Mancini and some of their other better players. But there's 27-34 on the road. They did win the first game of this series last night. Over their last 10 games, they have a record of 6-4 and they're hitting 275 as a team and have a 4.34 team ERA. They've been outscored, they've outscored their opponent by 2 runs over their last 10 games. They'll have Kremer on the mound, who has a 4-4 record on the season and a 3.69 ERA. The Blue Jays are 61-53 on the season. They came out of the All-Star break hot, but then they've cooled off a little bit here as of late. They are 61-53 on the season, 35-24 at home. Excuse me. Excuse me. They're 3-7 over their last 10 games. They're 3-7, and they have are hitting 254 as a team and have a 5.11 team ERA. They've been outscored by 18 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Manoah on the mound tonight, who has a 12-5 record and a 2.56 ERA. I like for the Blue Jays to bounce back and pick up a big win tonight. All right, let's move on to the next game, which is the Detroit Tigers at the Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians are 1.5 run favorites at home. They're minus 225 on the money line. The Tigers are plus 188 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. Neither one of these teams are having great seasons, but the Guardians are having a lot better season than the Tigers. The Tigers have been a disappointing team this season. I really thought they would be better than what they turned out to be. But the Tigers are 44-74 on the season, 18-41 on the road. Over the last 10 games, they have a 2-8 record. They're hitting 222 as a team and have a 4.03 team ERA. They've been outscored by 11 runs in their last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Tigers will be Hill. He has a 2-3 record with a 4.66 ERA. The Guardians are 62-54 on the season, 30-23 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have an 8-2 record. They're hitting 272 as a team and have a 2.00 ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 22 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Plesac on the mound tonight, who has a 2-10 record on the season and a 4.32 ERA. These two teams split a doubleheader yesterday against each other. The Guardians are leading the season series 9-8. I like the Guardians here at home to pick up a win over the Detroit Tigers. Next game, we have the New York Mets at the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are 1.5 run favorites at home. They are minus 148 on the money line. The Mets are plus 126 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 8.5. I really think this is going to be a good series. Still think it will, even though last night was a blowout, as the Braves just put it on the Mets and beat them 13-1. But the Mets have been one of the better teams in the National League. But the Braves are one of the better teams in the National League as well. They're neck to neck right there. Mets are 75-41 on the season. They have a 35-22 record on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have an 8-2 record with a hitting 267 as a team and have a team ERA of 2.30. They've outscored their opponent by 20 runs over their last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Mets will be Walker. He has a 10-3 record and has a 3.43 ERA. The Braves are 71-46 on the season, 38-22 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 7-3 record. They're hitting 278 as a team and have a 3.54 ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 18 runs over their last 10 games. And on the mound tonight for the Braves is Morton, who has a 5-5 record on the season and a 4.26 ERA. Like I said, the Braves won the first game of this series last night with a blowout win. But I look for the New York Mets to bounce back tonight and even up the series 1-1 with a big win in Atlanta. Next game we have is the Kansas City Royals at the Minnesota Twins. The Twins are 1.5 run favorites at home. They are minus 198 on the money line. The Royals are plus 166 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. Uh, the Twins have been, I think, better this year than what people expected. They're right there at the verge of a wild card. The Royals have really struggled. Royals are 48 and 69 on the season. They have a 19 and 37 or 19 and 36 record on the road. Over their last 10 games, they are 6-4, and they're hitting 262 as a team and have a 4.35 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 4 runs over the last 10 games. Greinke is on the mound tonight for the Royals. He has a 4-7 record on the season and a 4.29 ERA. The Twins are 59 and 55 on the season. They are 32 and 25 at home. Over their last 10 games, the Twins are 4-6. They're hitting 246 as a team and have a 4.40 team ERA. They've been outscored by 10 runs over their last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Twins is Gray. He has a 6-3 record with a 3.33 ERA. This is going to be should be a good game because you have a pretty good pitching matchup. But Sonny Gray's been a little bit better than Greinke has this year. The Twins have, but the Royals have been hitting the ball a little better than the Twins, so it's going to be interesting. But I like the Twins here with Sonny Gray on the mound. All right, next game we have is the Colorado Rockies at the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are 1.5 run favorites at home. They're minus 245 on the money line. The Rockies are plus 200 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. The Rockies are 51 and 66 on the season. They have an 18 and 36 record on the road. Over the last 10 games, the Rockies are 5-5. They're hitting 299 as a team and have a 5.22 team ERA. They've been outscored they've outscored their opponents by 4 runs over the last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Rockies is Freeland. He has a 7-8 record and a 4.84 ERA. For the Cardinals, they are 63 and 51 on the season. They have a 37 and 21 record at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 7-3 record. They're hitting 266 as a team and have a 4.96 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 5 runs over their last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Cardinals is Quintana. He has a 4-5 record on the season with a 3.37 ERA. I like the Cardinals here, but on the money line, there's not a whole lot of value in taking the Cardinals because of the minus 245. I don't trust taking them by giving up to 2 runs. So this is a game I probably, if I was betting money on it, I wouldn't bet. But I do like the Cardinals to win this game. Next game is the Oakland Athletics at the Texas Rangers. This game starts at 8:06 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Rangers being 1.5 run favorites at home and minus 130 on the money line. The Athletics are plus 110 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. The Athletics have not been good at all this season. Rangers have not, I don't think, has been lived up to what people thought they would be either. But the Athletics have really been bad. They're 41 and 75 on the season, 24 and 37 on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have a 1-9 record. They're hitting 207 as a team and have a 5.06 ERA. They've been outscored by 25 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Sears on the mound, who has a 3-0 record and a 2.30 ERA. And the Athletics are on a 4-game road losing streak. The Rangers are 52 and 63 on the season, 26 and 32 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 5-5 record. They're hitting 249 as a team and have a 3.64 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 1 run over their last 10 games. They'll have Ihira making his season debut on the mound for the Rangers. So this is a game I wouldn't bet money on, but I like the Rangers here over the Athletics. Next game is the Houston Astros at the Chicago White Sox. This should be another real good game tonight with a great pitching matchup. But the Astros coming into this game as 1.5 run favorites and minus 130 on the money line on the road. The White Sox are plus 110 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 7 runs. I think it's going to be a real good game. The Astros have been playing some good baseball. They are 75-42 on the season, 36-24 on the road. Over their last 10 games, they are 6-4. They're hitting 261 as a team and have a 3.58 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 15 runs over their last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Astros is Verlander. He has a 15-3 record on the season and a 1.85 ERA. The White Sox are 60-56 on the season. The White Sox have started off the season rough and have really disappointed from what people really thought they would be. But they have been playing some better baseball here since the All-Star break. They're 60-57 on the season, 29-29 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 6-4 record. They're hitting 273 as a team and have a team ERA at 3.56. They've been outscored by 2 runs over their last 10 games. They'll have Cease on the mound tonight, who has a 12-5 record on the season and a 1.96 ERA. The White Sox also are on a 6-game home winning streak. I like for the White Sox to win this game and keep their winning streak going. Cease has been outstanding on the mound all season. Verlander has too as well. I just think the White Sox are hitting the ball a little bit better than the Astros right now. The White Sox was able to win the first game of this series yesterday, and I look for the White Sox to pick up another big victory at home today against the Houston Astros. All right. Next game is the Seattle Mariners at the Los Angeles Angels. This game starts at 9:38 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Mariners being 1.5 run favorites on the road, minus 180 on the money line. The Angels are plus 152 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 7.5 runs. The Mariners have been kind of a surprise team here, and they made a surprise move at the trade deadline by kind of going all in and bringing in another starting pitcher in Luis Castillo. The Mariners are looking to make the playoffs for the first time in like 20 years. They're battling for that for the wild card spot. Excuse me, but they have a 63-54 record. They're 32-28 on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have a 6-4 record. They're hitting 208 as a team and have a 3.62 team ERA. They've been outscored by 2 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Ray on the mound tonight, who has an 8-8 record and a 3.90 ERA. The Mariners won the first game of this series last night. You have the Angels with a 51-65 record. They've had a tough season. They fired their manager. Trout's been out with the back problem. But Angels are 51-65, 26-34 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 6-4 record, are hitting 211 as a team, and have a 2.42 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 4 runs over their last 10 games. But I like the Mariners here. I think the Mariners have a little bit of momentum winning last night's game. I like Ray on the mound tonight, so I like the Mariners here on the money line against the Angels. I think you're getting good value, pretty decent value there. Next game is the Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Francisco Giants. The Giants are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 130 on the money line. The Diamondbacks are plus 110 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. Uh, Neither one of these teams have been great, but I think the Diamondbacks have been a little better than what some people expected. I think the Giants have struggled a little bit, surprisingly. But the Diamondbacks are 53 and 62 on the season. They have a 21 and 33 record on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have a record of 6-4, and they're hitting 263 as a team and have a 3.58 team ERA. They've outscored their opponent by 12 runs over their last 10 games. On the mound tonight for the Diamondbacks will be Kelly. He has a 10-5 record with a 2.95 ERA. The Giants are 58 and 57 on the season, 33 and 27 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 7-3 record, are hitting 254 as a team, and have a 3.89 team ERA. They've outscored their opponent by 6 runs over the last 10 games. They will have Junis on the mound, who has a 4-3 record with a 3.78 ERA. The Giants are on a 4-game home winning streak. I look for the Giants to keep that streak going. I like the Giants here on the money line. And then last game of the night, or wait a minute. Yeah, last game of the night, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers at the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers are 1.5 run favorites at home. They're minus 124 on the money line. The Dodgers are plus 106 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. This should be another good game. The Dodgers was able to get the win last night in game 1 of this series. Dodgers have been the best team in the National League pretty much all season. They've been real hot here as of late as well. They're 80 and 34 on the season. They have a 40 and 19 record on the road. Over their last 10 games, they have a record of 9-1. They're hitting 278 as a team and have a 2.12 ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 43 runs over the last 10 games. They will have Papoy on the mound, who has a 1-0 record and a 3.92 ERA. The Brewers are 61 and 53 on the season, 29 and 23 at home. Over their last 10 games, they have a 4-6 record, and they're hitting 197 as a team. They have a 3.16 team ERA. They've been outscored by 6 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Woodruff on the mound, who has a 9-3 record and a 3.52 ERA. I like the Dodgers here to stay hot. They won the first game of this series, and I think they're going to win this game as well against the Brewers. The Brewers don't have enough offense. That's what's really hurting the Brewers. All right. Well, I'll give out my picks of the day, and then I'll give out my 4-leg underdog parlay. But all right, but the picks I like for today is again, actually I'm gonna give a pick out for every game first. But our picks yesterday were 8 and 4 overall. Picks of the day were 3 and 3. All right, pick for every game real quick. I like I don't do that one. So I like the Padres over the Marlins, Red Sox over the Pirates, Cubs over the Nationals, Rays over the Yankees, the Blue Jays over the Orioles, the Guardians over the Twins, Mets over the Braves, Guardians over the Tigers, the Twins over the Royals, the Cardinals over the Rockies, Rangers over the Athletics, the White Sox over the Astros, the Mariners over the Angels, the Giants over the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers over the Brewers. All right, for my best picks of the day, I like the Tampa Bay Rays money line against the New York Yankees. I like the New York Mets money line against the Braves. I look for the Mets to play a lot better today than they did yesterday. I like the St. Louis Cardinals against the Colorado Rockies. I like the Chicago White Sox against the Houston Astros. And I like the Seattle Mariners against the Los Angeles Angels. So to recap my best bets of the day, best picks of the day, I should say, Mariners, money line over the Angels. The White Sox money line over the Astros. The Cardinals money line over the Rockies. The Mets money line over the Braves. And the Tampa Bay Rays money line over the Yankees. And then I have a four leg underdog parlay for Major League Baseball tonight that I like. All 40 of these teams are underdogs. I like it's the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, the Rays, and the Mets. All four are underdogs that I think will win tonight. You can parlay them four together and probably have a decent payout. But I like it's the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, Rays, and Mets is my underdog parlay for the day. I want to thank everybody for joining the show today. We appreciate all the support we've been getting. Please hit that subscribe button on our YouTube page at Gonzo Sports Room. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Gonzo Sports Room. Hit the subscribe button on the All Sports, All Plays, the ASAP Sports Network's YouTube. Like and follow them on Facebook as well. They have a lot of great shows going on there. I'm glad to be a part of it. Don't forget Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room, as well on the All Sports, All Plays Network as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And you can also find it on the Sports Judge on YouTube. Also, check out our new Indianapolis Colts show every Monday and Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. Or you can find it on the ASAP Sports Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well. It's called Horseshoe Talk. Come join us this Friday. We had a great first episode yesterday for it. Also have a new baseball show out. If you're a baseball fan, new morning show called Around the Bases, 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. You can find it live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. Come join me. The stat guy, Dustin Reese, is the co-host on it. Jay McLovin filled in for Dustin today because Dustin couldn't be there. So come check that out with us. If you want to see more of me today, catch me on Unscripted tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the ASAP Sports Network. But I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a great day, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Stay safe and peace.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.